I was told not to speak about this, and honestly it just makes me want to speak about this even more. And not because I want to talk crap or any of that kind of stuff. It's just, life is really hard to just keep it all in and not share it. And to be honest, yes, this is my second divorce. Yes, I'm 25 years old, and I know that's embarrassing. Like, that sounds embarrassing. Like, oh, you must be the problem. Oh my gosh, 25 and your second divorce. Yes, I am going through another divorce, and I am going to speak about it. Not going to share the reasons specifically why, because yes, the person does deserve privacy. But all I can say is that this is a very difficult time for me. This has been my lowest point ever, and I will never stay, even if I love a man. My kids will always come first, no matter what. I don't care if we're married. And that decision that I made was really hard. Hardest decision I had to make in my entire life. But I know that I made the right choice, because Jojo deserves the best. Isaiah deserves the best, and I will continue to do that always. Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, you know. And unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my Jojo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's gonna go great. Things don't always turn out the way you planned them to. And yeah, I got pregnant, and I've been carrying the weight by myself with Jojo for the past, I mean, he's gonna be 4. Although in my second marriage I did receive like help for Jojo. I'm happy I have Jojo in my life because I don't have to go through this alone, but I am sad that I couldn't give Jojo a father figure. I am sad about it. I am. Now, Isaiah has a great father figure, and I'm so happy for that, but it's still unfortunate that I couldn't give both my children what they deserved. And there won't be a third. There won't be a third try. You know how they say, third time's the charm. No, I ain't doing that anymore. And I'm gonna struggle for who knows how long until they're older and they're able to, you know, be independent. But for now, I still have to continue to work very hard, and I still have to continue to be in this state co-parenting, because that's where my second child was born, and that's where his father is, and I have to stay here, and I'm stuck regardless of my circumstances. And I have to constantly be trying to find new babysitters because they all quit. They all quit after like 2 weeks because I can't afford that much. So I'm constantly with fear that I might get fired at my job, because this past month I've been late twice because my babysitters are so unreliable and they just quit. And this is gonna be my life for who knows how many years until my kids go into school. I don't know, but they're still very young, so that's still going to continue for a long time. And not just that, but I don't have my family here. Like, I miss my mom, I miss all of them, and they're in a different country. Like, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm co-parenting and I have to stay here. But I also can't have the support of my soon-to-be ex-husband, because if we want to do it the correct way and co-parent the right way, I have to keep to myself and I have to do things on my own. And I can't ask his family for help because that's his family. And the minute I decide to divorce him, which I'm in the process of doing right now, I can't receive help from his family. And it's unfortunate for me because I'm the loneliest I've ever been. I'm at the lowest financially too. My car is I don't think my car will make it another winter here. It needs tires, it needs brakes, it needs a lot of things. And it's just a constant stress of thinking, shoot, are we gonna make it this month? Like, and then on top of that, like, just feeling all the weight. Anyways, this page is only about positivity. And the reason why I speak like a lot of positive stuff is because I've heard this saying that if you speak positive thoughts, you will feel positive. So that's why I speak positive things all the time, not because I feel good right now or because I I mean, I just try to trick my brain into thinking everything's okay when honestly, like, I'm not doing that okay. Every day I feel worried, I feel stressed, and I know that there's bigger problems, you know, like at least we're all alive and we're healthy, but it really is hard being a single mom again. But I know that at the end of the day it's gonna be worth it, and my kids will know that I chose them, and one day they're gonna realize how hard I worked for them. And I also hope that they know how much I love them. So for that person who commented on my other post saying, like, oh, you left your second marriage because you were bored. That's not why I left. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I was just so bored that I left, and now I'm in this situation, and I keep choosing this situation just because I don't want to be bored.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff that you're doing is self-inflicted. You're not seemingly taking a step back to think about what's actually going on. She's talking about all of the things which most modern women do. She's talking about all of the things that she has to survive, all of the things that she has to go through. And this is what modern women do. They phrase it in a way that I had no other choice. This is what I had to do. And now I've got to face the odds. The odds are against me. They're stacked against me. And I just have to do what I have to do to defeat them. I might get fired. Nobody wants to babysit my babies because I don't pay them enough money. Well, you don't have enough money because you're not really working all that much, and you really can't work all that much because you have 2 babies. And so now guess who's going to catch the brunt of that? Your parents. They're essentially going to be raising your kids, which a lot of these modern women, a lot of these single mothers do. They have their parents raising their children. I got to go out and work. I got to go do this. And it be because a lot of times their decisions, the choices that they made, and they're going to throw those choices back to their parents who should be retired and enjoying their grandchildren, not raising their grandchildren. You add stress. Y'all be talking about tapping into y'all's social network, but what you actually ain't talking about is that you're putting stress on other people because you didn't handle your business. This is what a lot of modern women, single mothers like her, are running into. And they get mad when people comment and say, maybe you ought to do this, maybe you ought to try that, maybe you shouldn't go over here, maybe you shouldn't do that. And they get mad because people are telling them the truth. But you're in this situation because you put yourself in this situation. Here and there are some things that didn't go your way and you had no control of. But by and large, the totality of your decisions, you need to take accountability for that.
Men, I know you think women are crazy, and to be fair, we are, but let me tell you why. We grew up very different ways. When you guys had a disagreement as a young boy, you would just handle it physically. You would go punch each other in the face in the schoolyard and get it over with, and then you never think about it ever again. You get over it. Women, however, had to deal with Miss Relational Aggression Rachel over here. So if you told Rachel that you didn't like her dress very much that day, or you preferred the color from the day before, she was out to ruin your reputation. She was going to destroy you. She was going to tell lies about you and take all of your friends from you. So as little girls, we had to grow up trying to figure out ways to not let Rachel destroy us. We had to be one step ahead. Basically, we had to grow up in the shadow of fear of all of these very catty, manipulative females. We just got used to it. The reason it seems insane for you is you didn't have to deal with it until you started dating us. But that's why we have all this anxiety and overthinking. It's a trauma response. We had to be one step ahead when we were kids. Otherwise, we were going to get destroyed. So yes, we are a little bit crazy. And please give us a little bit of reassurance every now and then, because we grew up with Rachel, and Rachel's a bit.
Basically what you're saying is when women do something, even though it's not physical, quote unquote, it has more damaging effects. Men been saying that.
I swear being a girl is so complicated, because I'm just sitting here thinking about how when certain guys come at me, like, I be offended. Like, it's just like when guys are trying to talk to me, I'm like, why do you think that you can even approach me? But then when guys don't try to talk to me, I'm like, oh my God, is something wrong with me? Like, am I doing something wrong? Or like, do I not look cute today? Like, it's so complicated.
So I have officially cut off the firefighter. He's no longer on my roster. I texted him just now that I'm just not feeling this dynamic, And I know I talked about it already, that he was just overly sexual. It was just too much. And I was like, all right, we're just gonna keep feeling it out, because everyone was like, oh, it was your fault, like you started that. Whatever. Even if it was me, maybe it was. It's very surface level. It's very sexual. He doesn't ask me questions like much about myself or my kids or my husband or anything like that. It's always just like, oh, you're so hot, you're so sexy. When we FaceTime, we'll have like a little bit of like catching up, like, how was your day, blah blah blah, and it always comes back to like, oh, you're so hot, show me your boobies. Oh, you're so hot, show me your ass. And it's like, are we 12? Like, I get it. I appreciate you appreciating me, what I work hard for, but at some point, there's gotta be like, you gotta like ask some questions. Like, you gotta intrigue me, because I'm like, ew, it's kind of like an ew, you know, it's an ick. So yeah, that's the update on the firefighter. He's kind of cut off. He's cut off. So that leaves a spot. No, for nobody on here. I'm filling a spot soon, maybe. We'll see. Hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, dating. It's really fun.
I think she had a few people on her roster, the firefighter, a police officer. They've seen her TikTok, and it's funny that now all of a sudden he's off the roster.
I work in an office with basically all men. All of my coworkers are men under the age of 37, and the HR department does not exist. So these are my favorite things my male coworkers have said to me in real life, in person, in the office, okay? Number one, we're gonna start strong. Are you on your period? Yes, actually I am. You should get out of my office now. Number two, have you eaten your lunch? You just are kind of being a bitch right now. No, I haven't actually. How about you go microwave it for me? Number three, low-key, you looking like a thought today. Okay, thank you. And this one is my personal favorite. He said, there's a cardinal rule for men that we can't date 10s because they get too much attention and just can be bitchy. So you have to marry a 7. You're unfortunately a 10. Thank you? What do you say to that? I'm at work right now.
So basically what I hear is that you're acting out of character, they're clocking it, and they're calling you out for it. And then you're admitting to acting out of character.
Young men are not in positions of privilege in our society now. They do worse in education, they do worse in all sorts of other things, and at the same time, they're being demonized. People often talk about Andrew Tate as a very problematic figure, which it certainly is. But to me, the blame, to me is the symptom of a much bigger underlying wider problem. The more you try to prevent men from being men, the more you're going to get the backlash. And I think people joining Islam, following these hyper-masculine influences, like one of the reasons, if you notice, loads of guys are like now into going to the gym and being like, not just going to the gym to like be healthy, but like they're buff, right? Because that's one of the very few acceptable ways for men to be men in modern society, right? Because the things that we conventionally would associate with masculinity, you know, strength, confidence, aggression, dominance, etc., they're kind of looked down upon for guys nowadays.
I have a question for you guys. How do you feel about a woman approaching a man? Like, say I was at the gym and I saw a cutie and I went for it. Just came up to him and said, hey, how you doing? I think you're really handsome. Can I get your number? Or whatever it is. I like to get to know you. I don't know what you guys say. Anyways, because, you know, they're not going to do it. So, like, do we have to start doing it? Because I don't want to be single forever. This is boring. Seriously. Boring.
It's perfect, but you get a flat tire and he just sits on the side on his phone and has you do the whole thing to deal with it.
You mean you? Because you're on your phone. We don't see him on his phone. You must be talking about yourself.
So, yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. Yes, I am homeless. I'm homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post, okay? I have no job. Yes, I have no job, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I have no job. I'm 35 years old, living out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly. I mean, I could step out tomorrow and get hit by a car. And then we're in the hospital. Shit, that would not be good. So the next time somebody comes to my comments asking me questions, refer back to this video. Yes, I know I'm old as okay? Got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless. And I'm broke. But guess what? I'm still alive and I'm living and I'm grateful and I can see and I can hear and I can smell and I can enjoy my babies. And I'm living and I'm healthy. I have my health. So yes, it's hard. My life's a mess. But the great thing about being at the bottom is the only way up, the only way is up, huh?
Woman in the comments said, not one of your baby daddies is willing to step up to give you and your children housing is crazy work. Well, maybe the children, but not her. At some point, women like this have to take accountability. Too much of this is becoming normalized on these platforms. To the teens/kids, this is not the future that you want. Exactly. She's not going to get it. Well, just be nice. That's what I'm saying. A man is always expected to swallow his pride, swallow whatever he's got going on, while a woman can be flippant. She can go do whatever she wants to do. And whenever they're in a bad spot, go ahead, take me and him and pay for both of us. Not just your child. Pay for me, even though I ain't got nothing going on. But if you are in the same exact position, oh, you're not coming in this house. I'm not paying for nothing. You better get a job immediately. As soon as you come to this job, pronto. Work at McDonald's, Burger King is hiring, Popeye's got some flyers out. It's hard on the man, but for the woman, they expected to swallow everything and let everybody just come in.
Oh, but I was falsely accused and it ruined my life. Prove it. I need you to prove it to me with hardcore, undeniable evidence.
Well, on that note, let's take a look at someone's very own video that actually gives the perfect answer to that more than I could.
Because they don't have to prove shit to you. You are a nobody. No one gives a fuck about what you believe. You weren't there and your opinion and beliefs are irrelevant. So shut your fucking mouth if you're gonna sit here and discredit victims.
Very well put. Because if a person would actually take the time to think about it, someone who would be falsely accused of something could, in fact, be considered to be a victim as well. But it does seem that there are certain individuals out there that only seem inclined to believe victims when it comes to certain circumstances and are not taking into consideration the victims of other circumstances, which is unfortunate because a victim is still a victim. But I guess that some only want to believe victims when it suits their cause.
Oh, this is going to be a slippery slope here. She don't understand. This is a slippery slope. This believe all women, that's gotta go out the window if you talking like this.
There is no way that guys like this exist. So I'm looking at orders, right? And I see this order placed by Randy in Indiana. He ordered a necklace and this is the picture that he wanted on the necklace. We just made the necklace for him that I'm going to show you in a second, but I was reading the order notes and he says, I want her, being his girlfriend, to have something close to her heart while I'm gone. She always says, be careful, I love you, and I respond, always, I love you. So this guy literally ordered a necklace for his girlfriend with a picture of him and on the back saying, always, I love you. You're telling me a man went out of his way to give something so romantic and special to his girlfriend? Now that's a man.
There's a woman in the comments that said, my latest man, quote unquote, was so romantic, he rigorously cleaned out his girlfriend's stuff before I came over so I would never know he had one. All right, you can stop. Not too much on the men.
I have a question specifically for the men. What would you think about the age of consent being raised to 25 instead of 18? Because 25 is when the brain fully forms. What are your thoughts on that? I'm just curious.
So there's a woman in the comments that says the brain fully forming at 25 is not correct. It's a common misconception based on a study that primarily focused on neuron production and has long been debunked. Brain development continues throughout your entire life, but if you're talking about standard maturity, things like impulse control and decision making, that process doesn't reach maturity until like your mid-30s into your 40s. Woo! Woo! Man, gotta be a woman. Gotta be a woman to correct them. Number one. Number two, it doesn't matter what you raise the age to. These women are still going to be out here making bad decisions. You're trying to make it seem like men are predators. It don't matter. Y'all still gonna make a bad decision.
So the other night I went out and a man approached me and he was like, "Are you single?" And I was like, "I'm single, but I'm single, not just single." And he was like, "What's that?" And then I had to explain it to him. Basically, when you're single, you're not in a situationship, nobody's orbiting, nobody's zombieing or resurrecting or marinating. I think the new one is Shrekking. Yeah, we got nothing like that going on over here, okay? Phone's drier than the Sahara. The only male communication I have besides like my family members and friends is like the same 5 guys that like asked me out years ago and it never happened. So they've just been leaving fire emojis under every Instagram story for like the last 7 years. Shout out to them, dedicated. But yeah, and I said, well, I have to ask this now because I recently met a man who asked me out on a date and I was interested and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what are you doing Thursday? And he was like, I'm not going to be able to do Thursday because my ex-girlfriend is coming into Brooklyn to pick up the dog. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, yeah, we've been broken up for like 6 months, but like we share the dog. I'm like, you guys have like a custody situation with Fluffy every other weekend and Wednesdays too? Sir, you are not single, okay? You are not single if you are sharing custody of a pet with an ex. I'm sorry. It's just absurd.
A man in the comments said, I'm so single, I don't even have an emergency contact anymore. Bro, I don't even think that's safe. Whoa, and he said, a woman said, I had a best friend. That's what I did. And he said he passed away 2 years ago. Jesus. Goodness. Wow. Sorry to hear that, bro.
I've started listening to male motivational speakers. Like the advice that they give that's meant for men to motivate men. I started listening to that because like men are so ruthless with each other. Like they do not care. Women are all like, the power lies within you. It's already yours. You just need to align your energy with the divine energy of the universe and you will receive everything that you deserve. Whereas men's advice is like, get up. Did you even do anything today, you worthless piece of shit? You are useless. You are gonna achieve nothing. Your bloodline will die with you.
Ugh, this is why we don't need men. Men need to stop existing. Literally, why are men? All men are the worst. It's literally all men. I hate them all. I cannot relate to that, and here's why. In 2021, when me and my husband were both working, and I went to him and I said, hey, I wanna cease to exist right now. I hate this job. I'm not doing well mentally. I'm struggling. Guess what he said to me? Then quit. And I said, but I'm helping pay the bills. And he said, not anymore. You need to take care of yourself. You need to quit. You need to be healthy. None of this matters unless you're healthy and you're doing well. His salary didn't cover all the bills at the time. He didn't care. He said, I'll take care of it. I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about you. Quit your job. We'll figure it out. No biggie. It's all good. I said, say less. I typed up that resignation email immediately. He went and got promoted as he does. You know how it is. Within a matter of months, he was taking care of all the bills, said, focus on yourself. I want you to get super healthy before you want to have a baby. Get your mind in the right place. Get your body in the right place. I'll handle the rest. So yeah, I'm in the kitchen cooking him breakfast in the morning. Yeah. Like, do you want scrambled eggs with that? Do you want pancakes? He takes me on vacations every year. He fixes anything that's wrong with the house. Guys, I can't get on this man-hating train with y'all. I want to. It seems fun, but I can't do it. So if I say it's not all men, please don't feel like I'm invalidating y'all's real, genuine experiences. I am just really infatuated with a certain man. What do you want me to do? He's such a good man, I decided to make another one. I said, let's have 2 of y'all, because the world needs more good men, right?
And breakfast takes like, if you're taking your time, an hour to cook. Cooked breakfast the other day. If my wife wanted some, I would have cooked it for her. But she had already eaten. Took me like bacon, eggs, pancakes. You got all that working at the same time. You got the bacon in the air fryer. You switch those racks. If you got 2 racks of bacon, the eggs ain't gonna take nothing but 30, 40 seconds to cook. Throw a little butter in there. Bop. Throw a little salt and pepper. You don't need too much. You want a little cheese on there, you just throw that on there. That's all right. And you don't even have to get clever with the mixes. They got pancake mix. They got the sweet cream pancakes. They got the fluffy type pancake. Whatever you want. They got the buttermilk. I mean, shoot. With everything going on with what they're selling today, you ain't got no excuse. Throw a little vanilla in there. Mix it up. A little water. Leave that on there. Medium heat. Right in the middle of the pan. You got your little oil. Got your little butter. Whatever you want. Middle of the pan. Give it about, I don't know, 45 seconds. Let the thing bubble up. Flip it. Same thing, you know. And whether it goes longer or shorter, you can sit right there and watch it. It's not going to take that long to cook no breakfast. Especially for two. I can see if you was talking for a whole family. But for two people, man, look. An hour. She can go back to sleep after that. Get back up. Make TikTok videos as she's doing right now. Chilling. The life ain't that hard.
My 40 female husband, 42 male, told me our daughter's friend, 18 female, tried it with him. I didn't react well. Sorry if you see me posting in other subs, it keeps getting removed. The last couple of weeks, my husband has been very quiet and not sleeping well. I've asked him a couple of times if he's okay, and he said yes, but I could tell something was bothering him. On Saturday, he said he needs to talk to me and burst into tears. I made us a cup of tea and sat down with him. He just blurted it out and said Ava, our daughter's friend, had been coming on to him and he doesn't know what to do. He said it started when he made a cake for her 18th birthday party. She messaged him saying she got his number from our daughter and thank you for the cake. She then sent a lot of photos of herself in the dress she wore for the party. He just replied saying it looked like a fun party. She then messaged asking if he could look at her car for her as it was making a funny noise. She came around and he looked at it and said it was the brakes. He told me this at the time, so he wasn't hiding anything. She came around when our daughter was home, but I wasn't, and she went inside while my husband was working on the car outside. When it was done, she came out alone and said she had no money on her, and he said that it's fine, just bring it around whenever or give it to our daughter. She then said she can pay another way, and in his words, quote, flashed me, and I said, I've got to go, and went inside, closing the door. I read through all the messages, and he never replied to any of them after this incident, and that afternoon she messaged him saying, quote, thanks for doing my car for me. You're cute when you're shy. She's messaged him hundreds of times since, asking if he's alone, asking for lifts, asking if he thinks she's pretty, and she's sent loads of pics from fully clothed to fully nude. My husband has said he doesn't know whether to reply, to talk to her parents, to talk to me. He said he's scared he's going to ruin our daughter's life if this comes out. I don't know why I suddenly exploded. I called him a pervert. I said he must have let her on. I said he must have paid her as he's far too ugly and too old for her. I called him disgusting and said, I want him out of the house. I said he's ruined our daughter's life and plenty of other awful things. I stormed out of the house, and when I came back an hour later, he was gone. Over the last couple of days, I've calmed down and realized that he's done nothing wrong, and I've reacted awfully. I've tried ringing and messaging him, but he's not responding. Why did I react like that, and how do I apologize to him? What do we do about these messages? Do we talk to her parents? Or do we talk to her? Definitely talk to her parents, for the love of God. I mean, you guys are parents yourself. I would just think of it if it were like the other way around, and I'm sure you would want their parents to talk to you about it. That's crazy. That reaction is crazy. That reaction is wild, actually.
A woman in the comments said, shaking my head to the wife, you called him ugly and said no one wants him. At this point, it's not about the friend. It's about how she responded. Poor guy. Another dude said she kicked him out of the house. He's single now. Now the daughter's friend needs more work. And now he's available. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure. I mean, she's already sending this man fully unclothed pics. And you think this is the right way to go about it? I don't want to say an insecurity, but you're mad at the wrong person. He told you this is what it is. You read the text messages and somehow the man still gets blamed. How?
This is a really really good point. I've never once heard a man say, oh, I was at the gym today and I saw a woman wearing front seam workout leggings. I could see her camel toe. Disgusting. This is definitely an insecurity that I've only heard women talk about. I have a friend who wears padded underwear when she goes to the gym so she doesn't have any camel toe, and it's just like, who are you fooling? We know that you have a vagina. I hate to use an on-the-nose pun, but girl, the cat is out of the bag. I hope I'm not going to be known as camel toe girl, but I am no longer looking to seek out buying no front seam leggings. Like, no camel toe in this bikini bottom, no camel toe in these workout shorts. If you want to wear padded underwear so you look like a Barbie doll that doesn't have a vagina, you go ahead. Me and my fat puss, I'm just going to keep on doing me.
Right. I think that what they're getting at is the attention-seeking nature of modern women. If you want a man, why are you not doing the things that a man would feel comfortable displaying and presenting? You're presenting yourself in a way that everybody can see was supposed to be exclusive to him. If the man was sitting out here spending money, well, I just gave her $1, or I just gave her $5. Not that much. I mean, it's money. Yeah, but stop spending it on other women. That's the same concept. Well, I mean, it's a body part. Yeah, but stop showing it when there's ways that you can stop it. Stop showing it to everybody. It's not that hard of a concept.
I'm going on a date with a guy who doesn't like me, so let's get ready together for it. You might be thinking, how do you know he doesn't like you? Because we've been going on dates since like December. And like too many dates to even count. Like I don't even know how many at this point. Like not like all the time, but like a good amount. And on like our third date, he told me he didn't like me, actually. He told me he did not want to date me, but that he really enjoys going on dates with me and that he just isn't looking for anything right now. And we don't text or anything. We literally only text to set up dates. So it's like a great arrangement. I mean, the dates are always a lot of fun, I will say. Like, I've never had a bad one, except for that third date, low-key, when he told me a lot of other info that I personally just did not like. But that just makes it easier for me not to care, because I know I would never actually want to date him after the stuff that he told me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We were supposed to go on it last Thursday, but we had to postpone it until this Thursday, which is today. I think I'm going to end up wearing the yellow dress I posted earlier. That got like the most votes, and that's what I was feeling anyways. Sorry, ignore that. I use the Spotify DJ feature, and I love it. But yeah, so we're going to go to a rooftop bar and get drinks. We'll probably end up getting food too, because that's what we usually do. But I will say, my stomach feels so weird right now. It's felt weird all day. Like, I could, like, throw up. I'm not going to, though. I hope. But I definitely don't feel the best. And I'm sure there's some of you guys thinking, like, why are you going on a date if you know the guy doesn't like you? Simple. Like I said, the dates are always fun. And it's not like it's preventing me from, like, meeting the one. Because I'm still going on dates with other people. So, like, what's the harm of going on a fun date, getting some free drinks, getting some good food, dressing cute, and like at the end of we do have good conversation. Like we get along like very well actually, but he just doesn't want to date me. I am rushing a little bit because it's currently 6:09 and he's picking me up at 7, and then we're gonna go back to his house and then order an Uber from there to the bar. But it's fine. I'll probably finish my makeup in 10 minutes, and then I just have to get dressed and put some bobby pins in my hair to do it like the way I've been doing it the past like 3 weeks, because it's just so quick, because my hair is naturally straight. So when I wear it with the bobby pins, oh, you can see my stuffed animals back there. When I do it with the bobby pins, I literally don't have to do anything with it when I blow dry it. Just do a rough dry and then it dries like this, unfortunately. My nose is peeling so freaking bad again. It's been peeling the entire summer, literally since June, because I just keep getting sunburned. And I went to the beach yesterday and it's like really bad again. It's like a full-on just like open wound right now, and it really hurts. And you're like, why is it an open wound? Because it was peeling and I peeled it off. but it hurts so freaking bad. But it's fine. It's whatever. It's what happens when I don't reapply my sunscreen. And then, and I wasn't planning, I'm gonna blend it out, don't worry. I wasn't planning on pre-gaming this because since I've met him so many, I've hung out with him so many times, I don't really feel like I need to pre-game. But everyone on my liquor haul video, which I don't know why that's like blowing up out of all the videos I ever do, why is my liquor store haul the one that's like, has like 100k views? I don't know. But I appreciate all the love on it. And everyone's asked me to try the Sour Galactic Punch. So I will be having some of that Four Loko then before this date, unfortunately for me. And I only say unfortunate for me, not because I don't want to try it, just because I know I'm going to get like 3 martinis out. And I'm waking up for sunrise tomorrow, beach sunrise with Rachel tomorrow. So I have to be up at like 5 a.m. But I'll be fine. Alright, so I did my mascara and my lips off camera because I don't like doing that on camera. But he just texted me that he's going to leave in 15 minutes. So I have to hurry up and get dressed and fix my hair. But I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. Wish me good luck on this date, even though I know how it's going to go.
Somebody in the comments said, you don't like him, so why are you going on another date? Well, he's probably trying to clap, and she's probably trying to get a free meal out of it. It's not rocket science.
How can I, a 26-year-old woman, show my husband, who's 25, I appreciate him after I said that I never would have given him a chance if I didn't have a kid, and now he's feeling insecure? Okay. I overheard my husband giving his friend Rob, not his real name, relationship advice. I told Rob my husband is not the person you want to go to for relationship advice. My husband said, it helped get someone like you, and kissed me on the cheek. I told him, I was a broke single mom with a kid. I wouldn't have even looked at you if I didn't have Bunny, my son's nickname, or even some money. He asked if I was serious, and I said yes, and he walked away. I didn't think nothing of it, but he's been distant lately, not giving me compliments like he normally does. I asked him if he's upset about what I said, and he said, kinda. He said he will get over it, but he wishes he never knew. How can I show that I appreciate him? I'm thinking of asking my parents if they can watch Bunny and taking my husband on a weekend trip.
Well, you said something stupid, and once again, this is something that I was talking to my wife about the other night. There was a woman that she said something while she was in the room. It's not a labor room, but basically they went to go get an ultrasound. So she was in the room with her significant other, and she said, I can't believe that I'm making a baby. And what he said when the tech left the room was like, we're both in this together, basically. And she got upset. She got emotional about it. And, she got emotional because he, basically didn't seem like he was considering her feelings and all that she was putting her body through, yada, yada, yada. But this is what I was talking to my wife about. This is what I was explaining to my wife. Women don't usually care what a man thinks. They just, they don't police their mouth. It's all tone policing and it's all watch what you say around women. But when it comes to a man, this is the jokes that come out. This is the things that they say. And always a man is expected to accept it and not say a whole lot about it. No. Well, what can I do to fix it? Well, control your tongue next time. Think about what you say. Literally. To kind of drive home the point of men's feelings not being cared about, I've got a story here. It says, I'm a boy who values family above all else. Throughout my life, I've always been punctual towards my parents and wanted to do something for them. That's why I was a good student. I was in a relationship with a girl when I was at NSU, completed my BBA. However, my parents didn't like her, so I ended the relationship. I then arranged a marriage, and my parents chose the girl, but she didn't understand me. After marriage, I don't know why my mom doesn't like the girl they chose for me. After a few months out of nowhere, I had to apologize to my wife. Now, let's talk about the main part. I was in business after graduation. My business was in a good location, and I was earning well. But after August 5th, some people took political power, and I had to leave my store. I then went to another business, but I wasn't getting the sales that I was looking for. It's become very difficult for me to run the business. Each day, it's getting worse. My family doesn't understand me. My mom doesn't talk to me for no reason. My wife just gives me reasons to hate me. She talks about my shortcomings all day long. My business is going wrong. Do I really deserve this life? I've always been a person that's positive, that looks at the best potential in things. But, these feelings that I have, I'm just not doing well right now. Maybe my luck just sucks. I'm thinking about doing away with myself, basically is what he said. This is why you have to watch what you say to people and how you say it. Men continue to have to put their feelings on the back burner, and then women keep coming. They always want you to do something, and this is why you have to follow what you need to be doing, the vision that you set out, right? As long as you're not out there committing no crimes and doing nobody dirty, you need to follow the vision that you set out, that you wrote the plans for, you're dreaming about. You need to follow that, because they're going to be, well, you ain't got this, you're not doing, oh, I don't really like her no more. That type of stuff. If you allow these women to sit up here and talk to you any kind of way, this is what they're going to do every time.
I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer. So I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago. And I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
They're nervous. They're so nervous. When I saw that video, right, two things popped in my head. Because I'm like, why didn't any of the guys get up and go for her? Because she's a pretty girl. Let's not pretend. She's a very pretty girl, right? And she's scuba diving certified, going to Australia, go skiing. Like, she's like a fun person. And hearing about her talk about her passion and what she liked to do, it would have hooked me right there. It would have hooked me right there. Like, being that excited. I would have stood my ass up. But two things popped in my head when none of them got up. One being, if you look around, watch the video, all the guys are looking around at each other. They're looking at each other for validation. Like, that's even a couple guys touching each other, like looking at each other and like, laughing and stuff like that. They're looking for validation with the other men, because they're like, if none of these other guys are going for her, then I'm not going for her, because maybe she's not pretty enough for them, right? And if she's not pretty enough for them, if they wouldn't be seen with her, then, or she's not interesting enough for them, then, maybe I shouldn't go for her because I don't want to be embarrassed, right? So I kind of, that's the vibe it gave off, right? I could be psychoanalyzing, whatever, but that's the vibe it gave off, because all the guys, they're looking at each other for validation. They're all looking at each other. And my second thought was, has social media fried their heads, right? Like, because we all be on social media, IG and all that stuff, and we see like these dream girls or whatever with these unrealistic, expectations of, their bodies and stuff like that, where they have the model sculptured faces and model Coke bottle body type things, right? So I'm thinking, like, is it one of those two things? Is it like they looking for validation for the other men, or is their perception of how women really are skewed at this point? Because I'm like, she's a pretty girl. She's a very pretty girl and seems like fun. Like, I'm just like, man, I don't know. Maybe their brains are fried or something, because I'm not saying that everybody has to be for everybody. I'm not saying that at all. Everybody doesn't have to be for everybody. But out of that entire room, not one guy, not one singular guy. And she's a pretty girl. She is not one guy. Come on now. Come on.
But here we go, shaming men again. But really quickly, if you're looking at the video, turn the sound off. which one of the guys actually match her vibe? Which one? She's probably nervous with the way she's talking. True enough. But look at the way she's dressed. Which one of them actually match that? Right? Maybe these guys look like they work in an office or something like that. I don't know where that guy works, but yeah, she seems like a cool person. I mean, into a lot of cool stuff. But which one of them are going to match her vibe? Maybe there's like one or two. Maybe this guy over here in the orange shirt, but not these guys in the back. Not these guys in the front. So that's potentially one. Okay. Not these other two guys right here in the back with the black and the green on your far right. I don't think this guy in the hat right below them in like the plaid, I don't know what you call that type of shirt. He's got the little mustache going on. Similar, but I don't know if he fits it. This guy in the Utah shirt and the white Utah shirt, right, kind of close to the middle of the screen by the guy in the green to your left. I'm not 100% sure. This guy looks like he goes fishing. So that could be something. Skiing is really good, cool. Scuba diving is really cool. But I don't honestly know if any of them, like, they match the vibe together. So maybe that's it. I mean, we sit up here and try to shame men for not picking somebody, right? Oh, well, it's just because they were looking for validation. Maybe, could be it. Oh, they don't feel like they want to be seen around here. Maybe, could be it. And also, you're talking about social media fried their brain. Maybe they just don't think. They just don't think. Woman in the comments, before I finish, well, let me finish this point. Maybe they just don't think that they go together. Woman in the comments said they realized she was human and got turned off. We don't be in the same places. This is what men tell women. Where are the good guys at? They're all around you. You can find one literally anywhere you go. What are your values? Are y'all going in the same direction? She has a lot of good stuff going for her. Scuba diving. She likes to go skiing. But I don't know if they're going in the same direction. What's the difference? A lot of modern women out there, they'll be going in the same direction as a guy, but they'll cut the guy off because he doesn't make $100,000. He doesn't make over six figures. Well, how much does he make? Oh, he's making $70,000. Well, what's the issue then? Well, he just doesn't make enough money. He does make enough money. It's just you think that for some reason you need more and you actually don't. That's different from somebody saying, well, I want to work as hard as I possibly can and I want to hustle. And somebody saying, well, I really don't like that type of lifestyle. I want a little bit of a slower pace. You know, I want to live out in the country and I want to raise my babies on a farm. Those two are not going in the same direction. It has really, honestly and truly nothing to do with money. It's just that they value two different things out of life. Could they get together and say, you know what? A nice life outside of the city could be good. I'd be willing to explore that. Okay. And yeah, we don't have to stay out in the country all the time. I'd be willing to explore life in the city a little bit. So maybe we can have a nice little balance. I'm not opposed to that. So they're working together. They're just tying their values together and they're saying, let's see how far we can get. And if something comes up, then we just say, okay, how can we modify it to both get what we want out of the relationship? This is not that. This is, I don't think that, even though you do some cool stuff, I don't know if we're going in the same direction. I don't know if we'd be seen in the same places, right? If we'd be doing the same things. Now, once again, you could have some valid points, but we a lot of times we go to straight away, well, it must be the problem with the man. It must be because a man needs validation or attention. It must be because he needs his boys to validate or to give him permission to date this woman. It must be because he's not confident. It must be because he's insecure and all of that other stuff. We never say well, maybe the man's values are just different. Simple as that.